Hi guys, my name is Ellie Garcia and I'm here to make my argument against sweatshops. In my previous video I discussed the main issues behind countries such as Bangladesh and China. Some of the cons were the working conditions, which included long working hours, low wages, poor working conditions, cramped working conditions, poor treatment of employment or of employees, and denial of some of the basic human rights. In that discussion, I talked about how Bangladesh was one of the countries that saw more harsher working conditions. They were met with very, very low wages and very long hours, and even had more devastating consequences to their sweatshops because of the buildings they were in were poorly built and had even killed several hundreds and injured about a dozen or so of their employees. And one of the arguments within the pro side for sweatshops is that sweatshops are a source of income for families who are for low-income families and are a boost for country or are an economic boost for some of the countries. While I'm not denying that it's not an economic boost or that it doesn't provide an income for some families, it still doesn't right that some people are working long hours and can't even afford to live with their families. My example of Apple's company in China, one of the employees who was a mom, although she was working long hours, was being paid such a low wage she could not afford to live with her family. And I believe it's something small, but something, well, it's actually a pretty big issue, but something that every woman or family member should be met with. It's a basic human right that everyone should have. And while I made case examples of China and Bangladesh, this is something that doesn't only happen in those two countries. It happens in several other countries and can be seen on a global level, even in the United States. For example, California is notoriously known for its fast fashion industry. So in LA, there are various underground companies that will run garment shops to provide for that fast fashion. And it could even be seen in Ohio in the early 90s for the DeCoster egg situation, where the DeCoster farms hired illegal employees from South America to essentially work in their sweatshops for very long hours, very low wage, and poor working conditions. And within all these sweatshops, they all violate some of the rights in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. One of the first ones being that everybody has the right to work, to free choice of employment, to just and favorable conditions of work, and to protection against employment. The second one being everyone without any discrimination has the right to equal pay for equal work. And one of the third ones being everyone has the right to form and join trade unions for the protection of their interest. Due to the conditions of these sweatshops, they don't have the rights of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. And I believe it's something that should very much be advocated and pushed for. I think that this is an ethical and social issue that should be very much focused on. And sweatshops are even something that may eventually phase out. I believe it's similar to the conflict diamond situation, or essentially blood diamond situation of the early 90s and 2000s in the United States, and one of the large regions being in Sierra Leone. In this case, blood diamonds were being known to be essentially fueling the fire in various wars. And once there was an awareness made behind it, people stopped purchasing these diamonds, and essentially companies made the push to make sure they knew that their diamonds were being bought from their diamonds were being bought from areas that were not further pushing for these conflict situations. And I believe it's similar to sweatshops as well. And something that's similar, or that's kind of happening in that sense, to make sure that those diamonds were conflict free, is that there is a fair trade process. Companies such as Nike's have it. this fair trade, so these companies show the fair trade label, and the fair trade label ensures that the employees are working in a healthy working condition and have fair working wages. And I believe that if more people are become aware and are more intentional with their purchases and who they're purchasing from, sweatshops will eventually phase out or push for working under fair trade agreements. And I hope this is all for like ethical and social reasons. And that's all I really have for you guys today. Thank you for watching.